Hi everyone, I'm Loretta from Perfectly Popped Balloons and welcome to the Sempertex Europe YouTube channel. Today I want to show you how to make these balloon flowers that give a real impact on your displays. So to show you this flower today, we are going to be using the light amethyst and the pink blossom in the silk range from Sempertex. What I love about this one is how easy it is to put together, and I believe anyone can do it. So I have done this one in a slightly bigger size, and now I'm going to talk you through how I'm going to make one just half an inch smaller, or maybe an inch smaller, just so that you have options of sizing. So I am today going to be using my premium Conwin balloon pump, which is just such a great investment because making these to size makes it so much easier. So I've set the timer function to 1, so 1.0. is how you want that to look on here. And then I'm going to take the pink blossom. You will have to do this one at a time when you're making these petals. Use your pedal. That's what it's going to look like with 1. These were 2, so 2.0. So this one's going down a point. I am going to tie this in a knot, but I'm tying it right at the very end near the neck roll. So pull that all the way up so you have something that looks like this. I'm going to push down on the table and really squidge it to make this funny shape for our petal. I'm going to do another one. Now you can see why you have to do it one at a time. Again, tie it off right at the end, pull it all the way up, use the table, squish. Okay, now we have this shape. You can do them together, making sure they are the same, like so. And then take your ends. I like to put them under my arm so they can have another bit of a squish under there whilst I tie them together, because it's a bit more tricky tying them together when you've only got the neck roll to tie. Right, so it is trickier to tie together, but worth it, because then you're going to have your duplicate like this. Now you want 1, 2, 3, 4 duplets, so you have 8 petals. Giving them another squish, just so you're happy with the shape. So that's your petals done. Let's now work on the cluster of 6 that we have in the middle here. I'm going to turn the timer to 0.6. Let's just move the petals. I've already got my cluster of 4, so let's just make an extra 2. With these ones, you can make them in duplets. Just put your different sizes on the top, your different nozzles. Push the balloons all the way on so it fills the whole balloon. Right, sorry, I pulled the nozzle off. Push your 5-inch balloons all the way on. Take them off, so that's your 0.6. Tie them together nice and tight, and then add this into your cluster of 6. So it's always a little bit tricky to get them to sit like that, which is why we do a center here. So we now need to do a center, an apple twist like this, and we want an apple twist at the back as well. So for the back apple twist, we'll use a big 12-inch balloon. This doesn't need to be on a timer setting, so we can swap this back over now. And you want it to be roughly about this size, so it fits in your hand. Let some of the air out. We're going to do the same thing with tying the neck all the way up by the neck roll. And we want to push this neck roll through to the middle, and then you want to take that, grab that, pull your finger out gently, twist this in. Make sure you've got a good grip of it. Twist it, twist it, twist it. You want to take a matching 260, turned into a ribbon where you remove the air. Use your body at this point to wrap it round. So you're wrapping it underneath that little raisin knot that we've got going on there. Use the table and tie that in a knot. So there is your apple twist for the back. Now on the top here is where we can put this, our cluster of 6. How I'm going to do that is I'm going to position them how I want them, and I'm going to tie this in. Bringing those 260s up, wrap them around and tie them off at the top. Nice and tight. So now we're going to create this smaller apple twist to sit at the top to keep that in place there. We can use the light amethyst for this in 5-inch. I'm going to give this one a stretch, let the air out. So it's nice and squidgy. Tie in a knot all the way up to the neck roll, push it through, grab the other end, pull your finger out, twist, 260 with the air removed, wrap it round, use the table to hold it down and tie it off. Nice and tight, and then we can tie this one into the top like this. I'm going to wrap it round and tie it off like so, and then we can cut these extra bits off because we've now got 4 bits hanging down here. So I'm going to cut off 2 of them. I'm going to pull them up and cut. I'm going to leave these bits on for now, just because sometimes I like to use them to tie it into a garland or tie it into a display. So this is what we have as our middle. Let's now put our petals on. So I've got my 4 duplets, just making sure that you're happy with that shape. You can also make even smaller ones of these by doing 5-inch in the petals and wrapping them in. So we're going to take our first one, and I'm going to go around one of these 5-inch balloons, and I'm literally going to get it all the way into the middle and wrap it round and under. So that is our first one. I'm going to go to the next 5-inch. I'm going to go under, get it right through the middle and twist that in. Turn it round. The next 5-inch. Go under, get it all the way through that middle and twist them in. And the last one, all the way into the middle, twist them in. Now you just need to have a little play around with it, making sure you're happy with the shape. Give it another squish all the way round. And now we have a flower with 1 inch on the petals and a flower with 2 inch on the petals. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial today on how to make these beautiful flowers. I am a massive fan of these because they look so detailed but really easy to make. So let me know in the comments if you agree. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please tag Perfectly Popped Balloons and Sempertex Europe if you give this design a go.